Hello students, this is your Jyoti ma'am. Today we are going to discuss about JDBC. So first of all, what is JDBC? It is the Java database connectivity, you all know that, and which is a standard Java API, and this JDBC is acting as an interface between Java program and a wide variety of databases. There are a lot of databases available, and this JDBC is acting as a intermediator between our Java program and the database. This JDBC library includes lot of API which can do several tasks. The following tasks are the main task. The first one is making a connection to a database. So to use this JDBC, we have to do the following steps. First one, making a connection to a database, then creating SQL statements. So for every task, first we have to create the statement. After that only we can execute it. So executing queries is the third step. Then fourth step, viewing or modifying the resulting records. So these are the four tasks we have to do for using JDBC. So first one, making a connection to a database. Then second one, creating SQL statements. And the third one, executing SQL queries and viewing the modifying result set. Now we shall see some of the important things relating to this JDBC. So we all know that Java application is the application that we use for designing our problem, that is solving our problem. We are using Java applications. Similarly, we know about applets. For developing web application, we can use applets. The next we shall know about servlets. Servlets are the client server application. So using this we can write server side application. Similarly, JSP, you may be familiar. This is also for designing server page. Then next is Java Bean. So this is a reusable component. So all these things we may call it as Java executables. And to use all these things, JDBC may be needed for accessing database and retrieving the stored data. So for all these things we are in need of JDBC usage. So JDBC is providing lot of services which is compatible with the ODBC. The main thing is Java is acting as a platform which doing the task of ODBC. So we are independent of the underlying difficulties or complexity for connecting our program with the database coding. So this JDBC is providing the same capability as that of ODBC, so thus allowing our Java program to contain database independent code. Now let us see JDBC architecture. So you may be familiar with the 2-tier and the 3-tier processing modes for database access. And what is this 2-layer processing mode? Let me explain this with the diagram. So you can see the diagram here. There are 2 layers available. One layer is JDBC API, then second layer is JDBC driver manager. So if you want to access any database, you have to communicate with JDBC API, and this JDBC API will have to access or will have to get the connection with the JDBC driver manager so that this manager can communicate with the JDBC driver for getting the access from the different database sources. So there are lot of database sources available. Example, Oracle, SQL Server, like that there are so many backend sources are available, and in order to access data from different data sources, two layers are required. So first layer, I am saying that it is a JDBC API. Second layer is JDBC driver manager. So now we shall see the architecture once again. So there are two processing modes, 2-tier and 3-tier processing. So how the two-tier architecture is working, let us see the slide. So first one, I said earlier that JDBC API, it is providing a application, it is providing a layer between our application and JDBC manager. And next to this is JDBC driver API. This is acting as a layer between JDBC manager and driver connection. So what the JDBC API is doing, it uses the driver manager and providing transparent connectivity to heterogeneous databases. So a lot of databases are available, and in order to use this different database, in order to use it, so it is acting as a layer. So it uses a driver manager and a database specific drivers to provide transparent connectivity to heterogeneous. So providing a transparent connectivity between our application and the database. Then second layer is JDBC driver manager. So this ensures that the correct driver. So we are either connected with Oracle or SQL. So this is ensuring the correct driver which is used to access data sources. The driver manager is capable of supporting multiple concurrent drivers connected to multiple heterogeneous database. So driver manager is supporting multiple at the same time concurrent drivers. At the same time we can connect with different databases. So architecture says that there are two layers. So first layer is JDBC API, second layer is JDBC manager. So how it is connecting? So you can see the diagram. So next we are going to see the common JDBC components. So what are the components required? Here 6 components are given. So first component is driver manager. So this is a class which is used to manage lot of database drivers. So if you want to connect with the Oracle, then this driver manager has to connect with the Oracle driver. Similarly, if you want to connect with the SQL database, then you have to connect with the SQL driver. So for this facility, this driver manager is providing the service. So driver manager is a class which is providing the connection, that is between our JDBC and the different databases. Then driver is the next component. So it is an interface which handles the communication with the database server. So this is acting as an interface between database manager and the data source. That is different databases are available, and for every database a driver is required. So this driver interface will interact directly with the driver object, and then with this it extracts the data. So for accessing data from the database, this driver program is needed. So for doing the task in Java, we are having driver interface. So next component is connection component. So this is also an interface. So this is having lot of methods for connecting with the database. So connecting in the sense, if you have to connect with the Oracle, then we have to use a get connection method. So this with this method only you can make a connection between the data source and your application. So connection is a next interface. Then next one is statement. This is used for every queries that we are using. So you use object created from the interface to submit the SQL statement to the database. So for using any statement in SQL, so first you have to create a object. So for this statement interface is using. Then next to this is result set component. This result set is used to extract or retrieve the data from the database. So at the same time you may retrieve lot of records from the data source. So for this result set object is used. So next to this is SQL exception. So this is a class which handles any errors that occur in the database application. So these are the 6 components we can use with the JDBC. So before this, seeing the program, so first let us see some introduction about SQL. So you all know that SQL is a structured query language, so which allows you to perform operations on the database. So database actions such as creating a table, inserting record into a table, and updating a record, for you need this language. The next one is SQL is supporting by almost any database you will likely use. That is, it allows you to write database code independently of the underlying database. So without worrying about the underlying database, that is, the data can be in any format. You need not worry about that. We can use this SQL. So this SQL is making us to use, making us to handle data. So whatever the platform is, we can easily use SQL. Then in SQL, first step we have to create database. So how we can create a new database? So this is the syntax, that is create database and the database name. Here the create database are built-in keywords, and the database name is the user defined name. So what type of data we are going to create? Suppose we are going to use a student database, we can give the name as student. In the example we have given EMP, that is, here we are going to create a employee database. So this is the first step, that is creating database. Then the second step is, after creating a database, you can create a table. So a database can have any number of tables. So for creating a table, you can use the create table query. So create table, and then name of the table you have to give. So after that, within the parenthesis you can give, so what are the type of data you may in need of. Say for example, for employee database, you may need employee name, employee number, then basic pay, then allowances. Like this you may need different type of data. So what are the type of data you have to specify with the required type. Then this slide shows the example for creating a table. So here the name of the table given is employees. So earlier we have given the database name as EMP, and now the table name is given as employees. So here one ID is defined, and next to this is age, then first that is first name, last name. Then addition to this, there is one primary key is given. So this primary key is used to that is, it is a unique key with which we can easily retrieve records. So for this we are using primary. In order to avoid any duplication, we can use this primary key. So this slide shows the example. Now we shall move on how we can insert data into the database table. So for this the insert query is insert into the name of the table. After this values within parenthesis you can give the different column values. So in the same slide shows the example. Here for inserting value into employees, the 4 field already given. First one employee ID, then age, after that first name, last name. So the 4 values are given for the employee Zara. Then next, this slide shows the next query. So next query is selecting data. So how we can select data from the database? So here we are using select command. So the select command syntax is given, column name. So whatever field we are going to retrieve, we can specify the column. Otherwise, if you want to get the entire record, then we can use select asterisk from the table name. So if you want to retrieve only the specified column, we can give select column name, column name from table name where the condition. Here the where class is used for retrieving the specified record. So whatever record is matching with the given condition, we can retrieve it. So this is the syntax for select command. With this select command, an example, 2 examples are given. So first example gives that selecting the first name, last name and age from the employees where ID equal to 100. So this will extract the record whose ID is equal to 100. So this record shows only the first name, last name and age. Remaining field will not be displayed, will not be retrieved. The next example shows that select first last day from employees where first like. So the first character may be anything, the remaining, the in between characters is SARA. So if a name matching with this string, then such records will be extracted. So then the next command we are going to see is update data. So this update data statement is used to update the existing records. So insert command will create or add records into the database, and update command will update the content which is available in the existing records. So the syntax for this is update table name. Sometimes we may use where class also. So the first syntax is update database. Then second update database name, update table name. After that you have to give set column name equal to value, column name equal to value. So for us, if you are using a single command, you can at the same time update a lot of fields within the record. So using where class also you can give. So the update slide shows the syntax as well as the example. Here the example says that you are going to fix the age is equal to 0 for the ID 100. So already the age may be anything. So this query will changes the age of the record with 20 for the ID 100. Then next to this is a deleting command, deleting statement. So this statement used to delete data from the records. Using this you can remove records from the database. So the syntax is delete from table name where condition. So using the where class you can delete the specified number of records, or if you want to remove the entire, then delete asterisk from table you can use. So the example shows that delete from employees where ID. So this will delete only the record whose ID is 100. Next we shall move on to the JDBC application, how we can create a JDBC application. So this involves 6 steps. So first we have to import the package. The second, we have to register the JDBC driver. Then we have to open a connection, then execute a query. Next to this is extracting data from record set, that is result set. And the last step is clean up the environment. So in this 4 steps are important. Let us see in the next slide. So the first step is importing the packages. Here this will include the package containing JDBC classes needed for database programming. So there are a lot of classes available with this JDBC package. So we have to import it using the statement java.sql.asterisk. The second step is register the JDBC driver. So here you have to initialize a driver. So which backend you are going to use, so that we have to initialize it, so that the communication channel will be opened after registering. And the third step is open a connection. So this requires get connection method we have to create, so which represents a physical connection with the database. So the database, suppose we are using Oracle, then we have to make the driver of the Oracle database using the get connection method. Then next to this is execute a query. So here you have to create a statement object for doing or for creating any SQL statement. Then next to this is extracting data. So after creating, then you can execute the query, such as inserting data into the database, then updating. So like that we can use the queries using this execute query. So first we have to make a statement object, and after that you can do the execute queries. Then next, after that only you can extract data from the result set. Then using the result set get method. So if you want to retrieve integer type, then you can use get int. If you want to get a character value, then get char. So like this there are methods available with this class. So using that you can retrieve the records from the result set. Then the last step is cleaning up the environment. So this requires explicitly closing all database resources. So what are the resources that we have opened? Everything has to be cleared. So once you finish the extraction, so this will do the garbage collection task that JVM will usually do for clearing. So the same task can be done with the this cleaning up environment. So next we shall move on to the important steps. So these 4 steps we use usually in our application. So first importing, then registering, then database URL formation, then creating connection. So we shall see these steps in detail in the next slide. So first one is importing JDBC packages. So for importing, so already I said JDBC package has lot of classes. So in order to use that class, we have to use the import statement. The syntax for import statement is import java.sql.asterisk. Then next step is registering JDBC driver. So for registering JDBC driver, so you have to register with the JDBC driver manager. Then driver manager will have to get a connection with the driver program, and that driver program will communicate with the actual data source. So for this we have to register. So there are 2 approaches available. So first approach is using class.forName method. So this name using this, so you have to specify. So if the data source is Oracle, then you can use oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. So this is the syntax. So if this particular statement is not able to execute, then exception may arise. That exception shows that unable to load driver class. So sometimes this may happen, so we are using the exception handling try catch block. Then the second approach is driver manager register driver method. So this is belonging to driver manager class. So this method if you use, so first we have to create an object. After that we can use the driver manager the object. So here also if any error occurs, then the exception handler will throw the error and it shows the error as unable to load driver class. So the usual method is we follow only the class.forName method. Next we shall see the third step. So first step is importing, and second step is registering with the driver manager, then the third step is database URL formation. So here we have to use the get connection method. So with this method only you can have a connection with the registered driver program. So there are the three methods or three constructors for using this get connection method. So in get connection method, the first constructor says that you can specify only the URL. In the second constructor type, you have to specify URL as well as some properties. Then the third constructor, you can specify the URL, then the username, password. The third constructor we may use in Oracle data source. So where we have to specify the username and the password. So these are the three constructors. Using this we can do the connection with the registered data source. Then next we shall see the table. Here the table shows there are different data sources. First one MySQL, second Oracle, then DB2, Sybase. So for connecting to these databases, so what driver name we have to use? Second column shows, and the third column says the URL format for this driver name. So next we shall see how we can create connection object. So first we have registered with a database, then second we have using a get connection method, we have connected with the specified database. Then after this, so you have to after this you have to retrieve the content. So the driver the three formats already I specified, no, that three formats is shown in this. So the third format of the username and the password. So how we can use this is shown in the slide. So you can see the URL address for the Oracle, username, password, and how we can connect with the Oracle database. And then this slide shows the first constructor example. Then this slide shows the second constructor, that is URL and properties. So using this you can follow any one of the approaches. So get connection method can be used in three different formats. So previous slide shows that get connection method with the URL alone. The next constructor is using URL, username, password. The next to this is URL and some properties. Then the last step is closing JDBC connection. So why we have to close this? Because we have connected with the database, say for example Oracle, and all the objects that we have used within the database application has to be closed or has to be cleared. So then only the application will function. So for this JVM in the core Java uses garbage collection. That garbage collection is done at random at the runtime environment, and this closing database the syntax is given. So first one, CONN is the object that we have used for our connection operation, and to close that connection we have to use con.close. So this slide shows the closing operation. So next to this is we are seeing the example program, how we can insert record into a table, yump table, which is already created. So this program uses so first import java.sql.asterisk. So this is the first step in our JDBC application. Then next to this is the important thing is using class.forName we have to register with the driver manager. So that we have done. Then next to this is we have to make a connection with the specified database to our application. So for this we have used get connection method. So in this get connection method we have used only the URL, the first constructor URL alone. Then next to this is we have used object method. So for this we have used create statement. So this create statement will generate an object, so with which object only we can execute all the queries. So here we have used execute update method. So using this method we have inserted records. So here set of records are inserted. So after insertion one message will be displayed, that is records are inserted. So after this we have to close the statement object as well as the database object. So here the slide shows the output. So as I said, after insertion you will get a message in the screen, that is records are inserted. So that message you can see in the first screen. In the second screen, so what are the records that are inserted into the database, that is shown in the access environment. Then the next program is inserting, that is updating basic pay and net pay columns of employee. So the example program shows the same thing, that is importing java.sql. Then next to this we have to register with the Oracle data source. So for this we have used class.forName. Then next to this is we have used get connection method. Then after that we have created a statement object, and next to this is we have done the update command using the execute update method of the statement object. So here we have updated the set of records. After that you may get a information table updated. So after this we have closed the statement object as well as the database connection. So the second thing will show the output. So this slide shows the records which are updated in the access environment. Then the third program, this program is to view the records of the employee table. So the important steps only I am saying. So first step is importing java.sql.asterisk. This is important step. Then next to this is you have to use the forName class, forName method of class. So for registering the JDBC driver manager. Then after that get connection method we have to use. Then we have to create a statement object, and after that using the statement object we are using the result set class object for retrieving the set of records. So here we have used different methods. Get string method, using this we can retrieve the character type values. Similarly, if we use any int type, then we can use get int. If we use double type, then we can use get double. So the example clearly shows the different methods of result set class. And next to this you can see the output also in the screen. So with this I conclude my session. I will send you an assignment regarding the topic, and you have to submit it on Wednesday. You can use the CAM scanner. So the format of the assignment should be in PDF. Try to finish it on Wednesday. I will meet you again on Wednesday. Thank you for your cooperation.